Pro YouTuber versus noob to win the chicken dinner. Here we go. I've got him on toast. Look, he's in the open. And nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. Stick it. No. Delete. See ya. I'm out of here. Screw you, PUBG Mobile. Uppercut. Uppercut. Sonic boom. Pro YouTuber, more like pro potato. Am I right? Am I right? Today, we're going to be having a look at a bunch of different tactical ideas, concepts. I'm going to break down why I'm doing the certain things that I'm doing. We're just outside the top 10 for wins in solos in Australia, which we'd like to get to, but to be honest, it's been hard making so much content lately. I've been doing daily uploads, and that group video yesterday took me literally 10 hours to do, so let's go. Anyway, this is the game that you just saw the clip from, and one of the reasons I get to the final part is that guy over there with the BRDM. I have a real issue with BRDMs, especially in solos, but in all forms of the game. It's a massively overpowered vehicle that people don't utilize enough. So if I am able to, I will just whittle a BRDM down over the final few zones. If you don't, you end up in situations like this, where there's 8 people left, and Gangsy and I are just rolling around, free as a bird on Sanok, putting ourselves in perfect positions, because no one wants to shoot at the BRDM. Why? Because if you shoot at the BRDM, you reveal your position, and the general tenor of the game this season has been an incredibly large amount of passive gameplay. So if you have a BRDM in the game, especially in solos, don't let it get away just wandering around. I will, if I see a BRDM dropping, I am going for that BRDM. Like, it is important. Some scrims have even banned them. Like, you can't get a BRDM. I will push BRDMs. I don't care who's around. If I can get a hold of a BRDM, it's not just good for me, it also stops the other guy who would have got the BRDM otherwise from getting that BRDM. Show me your foot, you little grub. I'll show you what you can do with your foot. Onwards and upwards. Let's get back to that game. I got that BRDM, by the way. There's me sneaking back into the zone and grabbing the big red dog. Let's talk about that game that we were just in. We're talking about BRDM, so we're tapping away at that, and we're just not really letting it go. There's no real negative downside here for me. If it's Miramar, end of game, I'm not fussed about people knowing where I am or rotating in here. I'm more than confident enough in my ability. It's only ever going to really be a solos match, so there won't be squads gatekeeping me. It's a lot of fun. What I do have an issue with at the moment, I don't know if you've been having this same... Watch these shots. Right, you're like, oh, Bush is just missing sniper shots. I'm freaking out right now because I am under 100 ping for the first time in forever, and I'm missing these shots. I'm going to slow it down. That's the first shot. Absolutely dead center. This is the second shot. Right on top of the head. This is the third shot, which is even better. These are snapshots. I snipe a lot, man. And then he goes the left side. That's his head right there. Nothing. We finally get the headshot on the same shot. Same shot. That's a headshot. Crazy. This guy was very, very, very lucky. At range like that, even with the ping under 100, there's a little bit of a desync when they're coming out from behind stuff, and you don't really get a genuine read on it. It's why sniping can be quite tough against good opponents. Like, you look how fast I peek and shoot. It's not always as accurate as you'd want it to be, although they're actually pretty damn accurate, but we're just not giving him a shot. Like, he's just not getting a shot, right? In between rounds, I'm still knocking that BRDM. Every chance I get, I'm smacking one into that BRDM. No one else is doing it. I'm the only person on the map hitting that thing. And it's got to be driving him mad, because basically the blue zone's coming in. He thought he'd park out here, sit in his BRDM, no one would hassle him. And I've hurt the BRDM. There, I've hit him again. Like, he's going to hide in the blue back there. Like, get a heal off, and I've hit him once already. Then he's going to start running in. This guy's the luckiest dude in the world. So basically what people will do is they'll sit out there in the BRDM. Here we go. One shot. Bang. Next shot. Bang. Hey, he's still not dead. Whatever. This guy should buy a lottery ticket. People will sit out there in that BRDM and then just rotate into the next hay bale with it until you end up in a situation where you're at the end of the game, and if there's 3 people left, they just wait for you and the other bloke to have a gunfight. One of you tries to come out and hit the BRDM, the other person third parties him. It's a really, really good tactic. I'm glad we finally got him. And well done him, because I would have done the same thing. Now this is an interesting one. Sometimes I don't see targets for ages because they are actually hill glitching me. They're shooting at me like I'm on a hill. So they can see me, but they're not actually able to hit me. And this is one of the more frustrating parts about finding targets when you're sniping. I just did a big sniper video. If you want to go and check that out, you probably should. It's the ultimate guide to sniping, and I've got lots of these kind of tips in there for finding targets. Eventually, you just keep showing more and more of yourself until you either get hit, because he's not running a bolty. There he is. Okay, he's just running a tap, tap, tap DMR. Cool things. And the circle's going to sort him out. This is the problem with going for those kind of shots. He never should have shot at me in the first place. When you're in these late stage rotations, shooting at people can be the worst idea in the world if you can't get a kill on them. And you're not going to clear someone with a DMR unless they're absolutely hopeless in those kind of engagements. It's down to one-on-one. This bloke over here cleared someone else. Another shot, just a body shot, no headshots. We all know how much more important headshots are than body shots. That's why. And now we're getting up to the point where you saw the clip from the intro. The funny thing about this is that is absolute potato. I'm running a vertical foregrip, and I literally just did a video on how the vertical foregrip doesn't help with horizontal recoil. And if I had have had any sense, I would have included that clip in the final part. But we get the win because although we can't hit with the barrel to save ourselves, obviously, we're totally capable of snapping out a headshot and winning the day. Like, I mean, thanks very much. No more calls, please. We have a winner. The game is very, very random. The guy running in, I must have hit him in the leg or something. Like, if you look at this, I just, left and right recoil is just an absolute nightmare. That's why that whole grip video, I talk about the angle grip being so important, and headshots being so important. That's how you get the wins. Anyway, let's move on to another game. This is a solo v duos game. This is all about resetting locations. That guy was sitting in that bush for ages. I couldn't figure out who these guys were fighting, and they couldn't figure out who was firing at them. And this is one of the reasons. That's a headshot. Lovely. That's backed that guy right off. This is one of the trickier rotations to manage, and I've come to the idea that holding mountains in these late rotations when you're against multiple targets, this is solos versus duos, so it's obviously multiple targets, is just way too difficult. People these days are smarter than they used to be, and they will angle, and if it's multiple squads, then yeah, these guys just decide that it's not worth mucking around with me and the Car 98 and leave. This is one of the few things in the world of PUBG Mobile I can actually do. So there's those guys ahead of me. This guy's on the right, rotating in. I'd like to hit him, but I start getting shot at from the left at the same time, so I immediately start moving. And then I've got the guys above me. Don't muck around. When there's that many people and then someone behind you as well, you got to go. And what you want to do is clear one of these angles. So I'm going to drive to the back of this warehouse, get rid of this guy, and then face the guys from the hill. In effect, this is a reset of the engagement. I get rid of the area that I can't defend myself from, and then I put myself in a position to do exactly what I was doing up the hill, but only now they're coming in. And this is why making a good rotation is so important, and that is a great rotation, because I now only have to worry really about the guys in front of me. There can still be people behind me, but it's very difficult for them to get a shot at me through the warehouse, the doors, the hay bales, everything. And these guys are also keeping the guys on the hill behind me in check. They don't get a free pass. They can't just waltz down the hill to get stuck into me. Voila, one of them tries to, gets in the compound, and yeah, they're rotating in while under pressure from the guys on the other hill. So he's been isolated. Now I'm going to thirst this guy up. Why am I doing that? Well, they have to come into the circle anyway. And I am so sick of people getting partners up in duos because I don't thirst them. I just find it to be far more effective to get rid of them in duos when you're solo versus. So that's two of those guys gone. Now we put ourselves in a position to watch the next rotation from the other two guys that were up the hill. We're ready to duck down very, very quickly. We're expecting to see that. This is where we do leg day, right? You ready? Up, shot, down. Don't hold on for it. Up, shot, down. Don't hold on for it. Up, shot. That's all right. His mate's knocked. He's taken damage. And we took, what, 10 damage? 15 damage for that whole engagement? Get up, and get down, baby. I hope you enjoy the tips videos. I certainly enjoy making them. I love playing PUBG Mobile, and breaking down what's going on in these gameplays is something that I think is really helpful both to me as a player and hopefully to you as a player. If you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the videos, that helps me. And as always, be nice to each other. It's tough enough out there as it is without being a grub. So be nice to each other. Be good to your parents, your family, whatever you got. And as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.